Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to our class. So this will be recorded, no, for our asynchronous lesson. So this is the last measures for data description, and we have here measures of variation, or in other books we call it as measures of dispersion. So as always, we will have two data set. We have group and ungroup data. Okay, so ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng dispersion? So, the word dispersion has technical meaning in statistics. Okay, so the average measures of the center of the data, it's one of aspect of observation. So, ibig sabihin ng dispersion ay nakabase sa central tendency or center ng data. So, another feature of observation is how observation are spread out about the center. So, in Tagalog, gaano kalayo yung ating data from the center. Okay? And the observation may be close to the center or may be spread away. Okay? And if the observation are close to the center, we say that dispersion is scattered or the variation is small. Of course, vice versa, if this observation are spread away, we can say that dispersion is large. Okay? So that is the essence of measures of dispersion or variability. And we have three common measures for that: the range, standard deviation, and then the variance. So among all three data descriptions, eto measures of dispersion ang pinakamadali sa lahat. Okay? So to visualize more about the dispersion, let's have here the example. Okay? So let's try to get the center of the data for boys and girls. So we can use the mean, and our formula for mean is summation of x all over n. Okay? So if we will add the age for boys divided by 5, because we have 5 data, we can get 45 divided by 5, which is 9. For the girls, same formula. So we have 8 plus 9 plus 9 plus 10 divided by 5 also, because we have 5 data. So it's also the same as 45 divided by 5, or simply 9. So as you can see here, we have same mean. Okay, or the means for boys and girls are the same. But if we will try to observe our data, it's quite different. Okay, or the spread or the variation is quite different. To visualize it, let's use graph like this. Okay, so sabi natin, our mean is 9. So ito yon. Okay, as you can see, the girls, no, in the part of the girls, parang very small or magkakalapit ang data. Unlike sa boys, scattered ang data. Okay? So, if the dispersion is large, this means that the observation are very far or very different from each other. And if vice versa, kung small naman ng dispersion, ibig sabihin, the observations are not too different from each other. Okay, so that's the essence. Why do we need to get the measures of dispersion? Through the three common measures. And let's start with range. So this is the easiest part, or the easiest measures of dispersion. So as you can see here, all you have to do is get the difference of highest value and the lowest value. So if we have this example, we have here the score of a sample of 10 students in math exam. So the formula for range is highest value minus lowest value. So you can see our highest value here is 14 and our lowest is 6. 14 minus 6 Therefore, our range is equal to 8. Okay, so ganun lang. For standard deviation and variance, so saan ba ginagamit ang standard deviation? This is indicate to the degree of dispersion. While in the variance, it is important measure of variation. Okay? So, as you can see also in our formula, they are quite the same. Kasi nga naman, standard deviation is just the square root of variance. Okay? So, alam ko naman, mas nakakalito yung may square root. So, ito yung ating unahin o ito yung ating gagamitin. Okay? And after getting the variance, all you have to do is get the square root. We can get our standard deviation. Okay? In some other books, standard deviation stands for ST. But in this case, we will have it as S only. Let's try this example. Okay, so we have 9 students got the following scores in a surprise quiz. So therefore, our n is equal to 9. So this is our number of observations. And these are the scores. The first thing that we have to do is get the total scores. So summation of x, this is equals to 648. Okay? And then, after getting the summation of x, we can get the mean. I'll write it here. So, the formula for mean, again, is summation of x all over n. So, this means this is 648 divided by 9. So, this is equals to 70. And then after that, in this part, we have to get the x minus mean. It means 83 minus 72 is equals to 11. Okay, next is 68 minus 72. This is equal to negative 4. Okay, 62 minus 72. This is negative 10. Then followed by 80 minus 72 is 8. 66 minus 72, negative 6. 94 minus 72 is 22. 67 minus 72, negative 5. 72 minus 72 is 0. 56 minus 72 is 16. Okay? And then after that, the last part, we should have square of x minus mean. Do not forget to write the parentheses. So this means that you have to get the square of 11. This is equal to 121. And then next, we have negative 4 squared. So this means this is equal to what? 16. Positive 16. So this means in this column, we have to get positive numbers. So negative 10 is 100. 8 is 64. Negative 6 is 36. 22. Okay, 22 minus 22 squared. 22 squared is 484. Negative 5 squared is 25. Of course, this one is 0. And then 16 squared is 200. 200. Negative 16 pala daw, no? 256. Okay? And then after this, you have to get the total. Okay, so let me check it one by one. So 121, 16, plus 100 plus 64 36 plus 484 plus 25 plus 256. So our answer is equals to 1,102. Okay, so ito, just to highlight, this one and this one. Okay, these two answers are needed for the formula. Okay, so for variance, the formula for variance is s squared is equals to summation of x minus mean squared all over n minus 1. So this is 102, right? All over 9 minus 1. So let's get the difference muna ng denominator. We have 8. So we have 102 divided by 8 is equals to 137.75. We cannot round it off. Okay, hindi pa natin siya pwedeng i-round off because again, we will try to use it as part of the solution ng standard deviation. So the standard deviation, we have to get the square root of our variance. So this means get the square root of 137.75. Okay? So in this case, pwede na nating i-round off 11.70736, right? So it become 11.74. Okay? So that is for ungrouped data. Next, for the range of group data, it's the same thought. But in this case, yung ating highest value would be our highest class interval. And our lowest value is our lowest class interval. Okay? So let's try this example. So our highest class interval, of course, 39. And our lowest class interval is 5. This means our range is about 34. Okay? So I have note here that since the range value is large, we can say that the ages of 60 students are far from each other. Next, for the standard deviation, we have here 3 steps. Okay? But of course, we have also this formula. It's the most important. And then, after getting the variance, get the square root, and then we can get the standard deviation. Here is our example. Okay? First thing that we need to do is get the total frequency, which will serve as our n. So this is 30. Capital letter X stands for midpoint. Okay, so this means you have to get the middle point of our class limit. So 10 to 14 is 12. 15 to 19 is 17 is our midpoint. Then as follows. Okay? For the column of fx, this means that you have to multiply f and an x column. So we have 8 times 12. Okay, so 8 times 12 is about 96. And 6 times 17 is 102. And then 22 times 7, 154. 27 times 4, 108. This one is 96. This one is 74. And then get the total. So our summation of f of x is 630. Next, for fx squared, so this means you have to multiply fx and 10x. So we have 12 times 96. 12 times 96 is 1,150. And then 17 times 102. 17 times 102 is 1,734. And then 22 times 154, it's 338. 27 times 108, it's 2916. 32 times 96, it's 3,000. And last is 37 times 74 is 273. Trying to add it, 2738 plus 3,072 plus 2916 plus 3388. Our answer or our total for fx squared is 15,000. Okay? So we need these three answers for the formula of variance. Okay? Taking note, the formula of variance, Rn is 30. The summation of fx is 630. And our summation of fx squared is 15,000. And then, write the formula. Be careful. It's the first one is fx squared and then minus quantity of fx squared. N squared minus n. Our n is 30 times 15,000 minus 630 squared all over our n squared is 30 squared. So multiplying this first, ito muna, and then this one. Okay? So 30 times 15,000 is 450,000. Minus 3,900, 396,900 divided by 30 squared is 900 minus 30. Then we have 53,100 divided by 870. So 53,100 divided by 870. We have to get the whole decimal place. It's 61.03448275. Okay? And then, for the standard deviation, you have to square it. Eight two seven five eight. So we have square root of this one. Our answer is about 7.81. Okay? So that is our variance and standard deviation for group data. That's all. And thank you for listening.